Good morning, everybody. Mr. Mike and I, as you can see, are on the road in my pickup truck. We are heading down to where I park the big truck. We're going to get some things inside and get ready to head out early tomorrow morning. As it stands right now, my dispatcher has me going down to Marietta, Ohio, and loading for Osceola, Arkansas. Subject to change, we'll see. Not quite sure if that will be the case or not, but I'm going to call him here in about 2 hours and double check. In Ohio, sorry about that, folks, it is a dreary, overcast day, the day after Labor Day. It is currently 69 degrees and overcast. I think today's going to be 72, so really going to be a pretty comfortable day here in Ohio. I'm not quite sure if it's going to rain all day, but I know it's supposed to rain for the next 6 or 7 days, that's for sure. Good times. Typical Ohio. It's a lot like England in this state. We have a facility here called the Ravenna Arsenal. And back in World War II, it was an Army ammunition plant. My grandmother worked there in the 40s. A lot of women worked there when the men were deployed fighting the war in World War II. And there's an old lore that has it that Army ammunition plant was built because it was selected out of 5 locations because they did a study of which locations had the most cloud cover during the year. And as it turned out, if it's true that this area had the most cloud cover, which is why they built the Army ammunition plant in Ravenna, Ohio, where they did. If you think back, during World War II, the bombers, the bombardier used a sight scope that they would see, and they would look down through the bottom of the airplane, and they would drop bombs by vision, by sight, not by laser-guided munitions and all the electronics that we have nowadays. So I'm not quite sure if that's true or not, that old story, but it certainly would stand to reason, because here in Ohio, it's gloomy a lot. We do have some nice days, but we also have a lot of cloud cover and a lot of rain. So, good times. But anyhow, yep, Mr. Mike and I, he's chilling out on the center console. We're gonna go down and get some things in the truck. Do that ahead of getting out of here tomorrow. I've got to check a couple of curtain rods that I got that I'm going to try to put up to kind of have a little bit of a hanging wardrobe. So we're going to see if we can do that and get through this town. And then we have some errands to run today, and I'm going to be back on the road early tomorrow morning. So I'll give you guys another clip here in a minute when I get down closer to the truck. But right now we are heading through some traffic and making our way that way. We are at the truck. I gave everyone a quick tour on the yard at Oakley of the truck unlettered when I had first got down there. I think that was on Sunday before orientation. So I'm at my parking spot. Again, a very gloomy Ohio day. But I'll do a quick spin and give you guys at least the way the truck looks now, lettered up. And the trailer, I have a tandem Genesis right now from East, so looking forward to getting a spread possibly down the road. We'll see. Not quite sure when that will be, but I'm patient. I'm a new guy. I get it when they feel that they have an extra trailer to give me. So again, a 2017 T680, my Silverado, good times. And this is it lettered up. I went with the metallic blue lettering, and I personally think it looks really nice, but then again, I'm biased. I don't think you can see it in this light. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But the lettering has a little bit of a metal flake in it. Oh, a little rocky in here. Actually, that's Mike. He's being a little hoot. So again, this is a East tandem frameless dump, which is actually made not real far from here. East Manufacturing is in Randolph, Ohio. They are located from where I'm standing right now, probably about 10 miles down the road. Not very far from here, actually. Make a very good product. A lot of the trailers that Oakley uses are Max, M-A-C, made in Alliance, Ohio, which is about 20 miles from here. I live very close to both manufacturers of these trailers. Northeast Ohio is very, very, very large in industry for these trailers. Let me think about this. You have Trailstar Trailers, which is also in Alliance, Ohio, down on Route 62. You have Mac Trailers, which is in Alliance, Ohio, on Route 183. You have East Manufacturing, which is in Randolph, Ohio, on State Route 44, all which are probably within 20 miles of each other. So a lot of manufacturing of these kinds of trailers here, and years and years and years of experience. I'm going to show you the air gauges that we use to load. This is currently empty right now. This is the trailer gauge right here. When we get loaded, we'll get this up to 34. It's surprisingly accurate. The wet kit that was put on by Oakley, just a note to you guys, my airlines and everything were up against the bunk in the back. They actually moved this back, put them on a pogo stick to do the setup for the wet kit, the wet line and all of that. This is the air gauge that they put on for the tractor. It's a new one. It's enclosed in this case. 34,000 will be right here. I'm currently at just under 15,000. Really slick stuff. Makes it a lot easier to load. They do require calibration. Every 2 to 3 weeks, put the truck on a CAT scale and recalibrate your gauges. There's a very tiny screw slot that's on there that you use just to kind of dial it up and dial it back. I'll show you that. The calibration screw is right here, and there's one very similar in the box. So that's an exterior tour of the truck, lettered. Again, I went with the metallic blue. Base plate will be coming. They had to order that for us because we're new. You can't see it, but behind the window shade, the sunshade, is paper temp tags. Until we get them, the truck is running to build up some air. Make sure the batteries are charged and everything is good to go. I am in the truck. I'm going to give you guys a quick tour now that I actually have everything in place for the most part. This is a sunshade system. It's cheap, folks. I think I paid $100 for it. The ones for the doors are right there that go over the windows. You saw when I did outside a few minutes ago, the way they look in the windows. I did have to trim them. I got them off eBay. They were easy to trim. They have little suction cups that go up on the side windows, and then up in the front, the visor just kind of holds it. I had to do a nasty old trim job over there, but it serves the purpose. So that's that. On the dash, I have my Garmin. I use the magnet mounts. This is a double-sided magnet, and on the back of my phone, I have the plate, and I just stick that right there, and then my phone just locks right to it. I also have a magnet down here, because this does not have the air seat. I have storage under there. So Garmin, iPad for all of my e-logs, and if I'm using Google Maps along with my Garmin, I have it up on here. The steering wheel is the smart wheel, which I really like. I drive this truck primarily with these 3 buttons as far as speed control. It is really nice having these. I've got so used to them in the Peterbilt that I had at my other company that it was amazing. I really enjoyed that. In the bunk, again, Semper Fi double dogs. Hoorah! I sleep in a sleeping bag. I hate making a bed in a truck. I just can't stand it. And every time I deployed, whether it was Iraq, Afghanistan, Oman, I don't care where I was at, I always took a sleeping bag and slept in that, and I daggone loved it. What I just put in here were these extendable shower curtain rods. I want to see how they hold up. I just put them in because I wanted some more wardrobe space. So I may leave my shirts up there. I may hang some pants. I'm not quite sure. But if they don't hold up, it's going to be because this cabinet right here, it's pretty slick. And I don't know if the rubber where that goes in is going to hold. If it doesn't, I'm going to get a little piece of tacky rubber, kind of like what women put in the bottom of a drawer in the kitchen. I'll cut out a little circle and put that in to stop that from sliding. So I want to see how that holds up. But if it doesn't, that's what I'll do. This little fan right here is slick. This thing, I think we got it at Walmart, but it just turns on. It's a, there we go. It's a motorized fan that has a battery pack. Can you hear that? And I just plug it in and let it charge all the time off the inverter. And then that thing just runs in the back constantly. And it does a great job at moving air through the bunk. There's Mike. He's on the bed taking a nap already. I'm an avid reader, folks. Got to have the Lord's Word and a good Tom Clancy novel. Again, my microwave. Hard hat. Required at many locations. It is a necessity at Oakley. By the way, too, for Oakley, for every division, you're required to have a hard hat. You're required to have a safety vest. And you are required to have a CB. So everybody understands that. It is mandatory. For the end dump division, you are required to have a punch pin to get the pin out of the tailgate on your trailer. So that is a necessity. And there's a few other things you have to have that I don't remember right off the bat, but I do know a reflective vest, a hard hat, CB radio, because that is necessary at a lot of customers to make the call on the mic or to get the call from the loader to go back when it's your turn to load. So that is mandatory. For those guys wondering about the PTO, this is where they put the PTO in my truck, on the right side of the driver's seat. So this is the power knob to engage the PTO, and this is raise, the hold, and then lower is forward for the trailer. So back raises the trailer. Where it's at right now is in the hold position. And then when I want to lower the trailer, I just flip the button forward and the trailer will come down by stage. So this is where they put that. Obviously, I put an air gun in there, but I need a longer one. So, and then some water jugs in here for my CPAP. My inner wardrobe closet is right here. A little mirror hanging that I put in. I have contacts, and I use an electric razor. So I use that to shave in the morning. Bought it in Norelco for $59 at Walmart. I love that thing. I was never an electric razor guy, but that Norelco is awesome. And here's a couple of cubbies right here that I have socks and underwear in. It's kind of dark. And then obviously down in the bottom also. And then a rain jacket. There is my other company that I was with. Guys, A. Dewey Pile was a great company. Those guys were phenomenal to me. I really enjoyed them. Almost 17 and a half years there. Just great people. I'd mentioned before that I have storage up top. So I have some laundry supplies up there. That's where I keep my cameras. Come around. I also have storage up top here in a few bins there as well. Storage here. Cubbies up across the top. And then storage here. And in this book right here, this is my handbook that I got in orientation, but that book also contains all of my permits, all of the information that I need for Oakley as far as phone numbers, procedures, some policies, and things of that nature. I have a Cobra 29 LTD Classic Night Watch with the Road King 56 mic. I have had this radio for probably 25 to 30 years. I'm too cheap to get rid of it. The radio works great. This light is out. It's been out for 15 years. That is just a phenomenal radio. It's been peaked and tuned. The thing works like a charm. I am Seminole Indian. Always have my dream catcher with me. And this is the interior. Manual 10-speed in this truck, which I really like. It's what it was spec'd with when I bought it. Again, I bought the truck used. And just a note to you men and women, I did buy this truck from Aero Truck Sales. I did buy it off of Keith Wilson. If you watch the Oakley videos, they give a lot of props and a lot of advertising to Aero Truck Sales. Men and women, I will tell you that Aero was completely honest with me through the entire process. They were very upfront about everything. They made the buying process extremely easy for me. I had been in touch with Keith Wilson for probably the better part of the last couple of years. I was waiting for truck prices to come down because, as we know, everything was just sky high, and I was not going to pay $150,000 last year for a truck with over 500,000 miles on it. I just wasn't going to do it. I waited and waited and waited. Aero had some incentives going where they were doing a $10,000 match on down payments. They had a little bit of increased financing as far as the terms. They were giving $500 off of the warranty, and I did opt for all the warranties on this through NTP, National Truck Protection. I have the full engine and drivetrain. I have the after treatment system. I have the comfort package, and I did buy the roadside package for this. So the roadside emergency package, I bought everything you could get. I'm a new guy to this. I want everything covered as much as I could possibly get it covered. I've heard a lot of horror stories about NTP. I haven't had to experience them because I haven't had a problem. Luckily, the truck is still fairly new to me. I know I will have problems, but folks, here's the one thing that Aero said to me. They said you have to follow the procedures for National Truck Protection. You can't just go get your truck fixed and then send them a bill. You have to call NTP first. And I have taken NTP's phone number, and the very first phone call that I will make, and I'll show you guys this, is right here on my clipboard. I took the sticker and I put it right here. Can you guys see that? Right there. So if anything ever happens to this truck, that is the very first phone number that I am calling to start the authorization for the repairs. So if you follow the procedures, everything I've ever heard, they work with you very well to get things covered. They have to get it authorized, it has to go through the adjuster, things of that nature, but they will work with you. So that's that. Back to Aero Truck Sales, Springfield, Missouri. Keith Wilson, Aero Truck Sales. His manager is Trey Visor. They've been on the Bruce Oakley podcast a few times, and I kind of thought maybe it's a little bit gimmicky, maybe it's not, I don't know, because everything with Oakley has always been on the up and up, and I tell you, it was exactly what they said. Keith Wilson was very honest, very upfront, very transparent. Oakley has been very honest, very upfront, very transparent. I can't be happier with the way that this transition has gone so far. I paid $99,000 for this truck, which was $50,000 less than what they would have wanted for it last year. 407,000 miles was on it when I bought it. I think 407,919. Give you guys an idea of my first week. Right now, the truck is at 411,756, and I am at the house. So obviously, Oakley is keeping me busy, and I was not out of route. Excellent, very happy. So that's been my experience so far. This is the truck. Again, just a quick roundabout with the truck. Okay, I just put these shower curtain rods in, hoping they work. This is the bunk setup, folks. Refrigerator, have some food still down there, water jugs, some storage down in the bottom, my microwave, have some paper towels, my hard hat, the really cool Oakley sticker they gave me that I have on there. And again, those daggone Marines, I tell you, they're a cult, guys. They really are. They hate the Marine Corps when they're in. They can't stand it. But when they get out, that's all they talk about. And just a little note for everybody, when you go on vacation, something to do with your kids, and somebody told me this a long time ago, have your kids count the military stickers that are on a car. It'll keep them busy for a while. And I guarantee you, because Marines are nuts, that you will count probably 50 Marine Corps stickers to every Army, Air Force, and Navy sticker combined. And it's not to take away from all the other services, because I thank everybody for what they did when they served in the military. Thank you all for your military service. It's just that Marines are kind of just crazy about that stuff. So we admit it. It is what it is. So again, this is an interior tour. I am standing on the bunk. Here is Mr. Mike. By the way, guys, that is a little, I think it's a Black & Decker dust vac that plugs into the cigarette lighter. I got that at Walmart. That thing is amazing. Let me show you this real quick. And then I have an electrical outlet that I put right here, which I plug my CPAP into. I bought this little adapter extender outlet for it. But this thing right here, no, I'm sorry, it's Armor All 12 volt car vac. This thing is amazing, and it has a cord, as you can see, that reaches all the way up into the front. You can sweep the entire truck out. That thing is phenomenal. So if anybody was looking for a good little dust vac for their truck, that thing right there, get it. I love it. And I'm not going to open the bunk because obviously Mr. Mike is taking it, excuse me, on here. But there's a latch and this bunk lifts up. The only thing I don't like under the bunk is this whole side of the bunk has the electric APU unit under here, and I lose a lot of storage. So one of the first things I'm putting on the outside in the back is a toolbox and what little area I have between the tank and the half fenders to get my tools out from under here and my oils and whatnot and get them staged out. So anyhow, all right, men and women, that's a quick tour inside my Kenworth again. 2017 Kenworth T680. 455 Packards, the MX-13 308 rears with the manual 10-speed. Very happy with it so far, averaging 7 miles to the gallon. When I'm really heavy, like coming up through West Virginia the other day, I was not doing all that well. It was a grind up those hills. But overall, I want to see how the month goes and get a good gauge on my fuel mileage. I'm hoping for 7.1 was the lifetime average on this truck off of the computer. So if I get 7, I'm doing good, and I'm making a little bit of money on the fuel surcharge that Oakley has. So we're hoping for that. And I'll be in touch with you guys, let you know how things go. Again, I'm back on the road tomorrow morning, early as it stands right now, going to Marietta, Ohio, loading for Osceola, Arkansas. That's gonna be a pretty good day. Here to Marietta, probably 140 miles, if I'm guessing 150. And then from Marietta to Osceola was like 620 to 650, depending on which way I go. So I've got 800 miles ahead of me almost. So looking forward to that. Again, Oakley has plenty of work. They're gonna keep you busy, guys. And that's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce off here for now. And everyone have a great day. Enjoy. Just wanted to get a little video out and let you guys see the truck again after it was all set up and lettered. Have a great one. Catch you guys later. Get a video out soon. Again, like and subscribe if you like these. I'm new to this. Also, I'm doing this for creativity as well as referral bonuses because Oakley pays for that, which I certainly want to take advantage of. My goal is to help you men and women if you are interested in Bruce Oakley Trucking from the perspective of right now a new guy. All I ask is that you please contact me first. I will send Oakley your phone number and your name. They will contact you. They will not beat you up. They're not going to badger you. Again, guys, they're not a bunch of crazy telemarketers. They're very good people. So if you're interested, please contact me first. If you contact them first, we don't get credit for it. My email address is at the beginning and end of all of these videos. It's jimmysroadlyfe@gmail.com, life, L-Y-F-E. And more in the future, I'm going to have videos on the road with Mike and I and our adventure with some cool videos of loading, unloading the products and things of that nature. So that's my goal. So again, like, subscribe, contact me if you want information on Oakley from the perspective of a brand new driver, and I'll be happy to help you men and women with anything that I can help you with or get you in touch with the people that can. Thanks everybody. Have a great day. We'll catch you here down the road very soon. Bye-bye.